So this is going to be a quick view of my bike. Some of you know me, I'm Nacho. I've been traveling the country for about 5 years with my work, and I've been doing it on this, well, on a bike. I've only had this bike for about 2 years, and I'm a photographer. I'm not a specific kind of photographer. I just like to take pictures and maybe vlog a little bit. So this is my bike, and I'm going to show you some of the different things that I've done to make life easier. And let's start with the best, and that is these little ram balls. They were designed to be used on mirror stocks, but I thought they would fit on this bolt hole that actually holds all this plastic on, but it bolts it down to a metal framework. So I bought one of them to test, and it doesn't budge at all. With this ball, I could put a GoPro straight here. You know, I'm using the GoPro, so bear with me as an example. I could just put a ball here. I could put two cameras and test them side by side if I choose. I could put the 360 camera. I use a very extensive kind of mounting system that's kind of like a big erector set. So sometimes I want to put the 360 camera right out here so it looks like I'm following a drone. These little balls make all that possible. Now here we have the mirrors. I got rid of the stock mirrors and went with the beautiful and very nice double take mirrors. They're held on by ram balls, so like if I'm going to go do a lot of off-roading, I can take them off easily. But I also use them as alternate mounting spots. So now if I'm out there and I want a different view, I got the Pacific Ocean to my right here. I can do a nice shot, you know, a little filled B-roll. Very nice. Or, again, if it's on the other side, I can go this way. It's, the extra balls mounted to these arms just comes in very handy for photography. And then you'll see I have a ball hung up here, and that holds on my phone mount. And I put a ball on the arm there too, so now if I want to do a straightforward shot, I can put the camera, turn around, facing me. The camera could be like this. It really works out nice. I mean, just diversity. And when nothing's on it, I don't think it looks that bad. These little balls don't offend me. I go on a trip, like I know it's hot. I want to put a drink holder. I want to be a Harley guy. I want to drink coffee. I could do that. I don't, but I could. It gives me a lot of options, especially in the 360 world. Like if I want to put a monopod from this ball to this ball and stick it out sideways so I can do a profile riding through, I don't know, Monument Valley. I can get this beautiful panning shot with my long pole of everything passing behind me. I'm sorry, but it's nice being able to do stuff like that. But ram balls are your friend. A lot of people have ram ball stuff already, and this is just a nice way to extend on it. Definitely a nice way to extend on it. We're gonna move. Here's some of the hardware that I use to mount cameras all over my bike. There's my Insta360, which gets used a lot. I have your basic long ram arms and this tri-ball, and I'll show you what that does in a minute. More long arm, short arm, really short arms. Monopod adapters, you know, 3/4 20 ball, so you can screw them to the bottom of your tripod, monopod, or any camera. So I have a bunch of different cameras, and depending when I want to use that day, I pretty much could mount anything. Now let me show you what I do with this. This is weird. I get it. Okay. I am a little ridiculous. Okay. I like... Wish I had another hand. There. So, hopefully that was nice enough to cut that out. I tighten these up now. I pull this ball forward first, of course. And make sure the camera's still recording. Yep. Tighten that up. And this is what I was referring to in my last video about unicorn mode or rhino mode. Depends. I guess it's too thin to be a unicorn, but it is white like a unicorn. So now I have my camera dead center. So it looks better in the video. I don't really have the urge to see like the bike in the video, but I will hang the GoPro upside down right here so it's low and gives it a beautiful perspective, and it tilts with the bike. It's real nice. Or I could turn it, put it this way and have it pointed back at me if I want to do a shot of myself. And or I could, like I had yesterday, I could have the ram ball, the ram clamps clamped to the pipes and put the monopod way out. There are days where I'll take one of these and just put the camera mount right on top of there like that, and that's actually kind of not a bad. If you're using the Insta 361X, this is really not that bad. When the shield's down, the camera's about that high. You can see your head over the shield, and you get this nice 360 shot. You can use it like an action cam. You can get an occasional shot of yourself, pan to the right, pan to the left. It actually makes for a good time. It makes a nice video, simple, easy. But you have a lot of options. Pretty much only limited by your imagination, really. If you had more of those balls, you could put a ram ball in the back of here, and you can mount, have a place for your spot, or any number of things. But it doesn't block the headlight. It keeps the camera centered. It's nice. Originally, I used to have, I put a ball on the end of this and I would stick it straight out like that. That was the original way that I used to do those. But it just shakes too much. It's so much better when you mount it to here and angle it to the center. Back then I thought it had to be straight in front of it, but with the stabilization has come so far since the Gear 360 days that now I find just coming off the side and angle it towards the center is fine. But like I said, you can use this in a number of different ways to do a number of different things. I've even have it sometimes it goes straight up like that. That actually works very nicely, this straight up view. All right, and our last thing will be just talking about these ram claws. I'll have it again, a link in the description. You can just clamp them anywhere. I want to put a camera here. Here. I want to do something low. Here. I want it in the back. I mean, it opens up your options better than having balls all over the place. Although they're not as cheap as having balls all over the place. You get my point. I just want to put it here. These little clamps come in real handy. This is what I call the girlfriend cam. Not that I have a girlfriend. If I had one, I wouldn't need a girlfriend cam now, would I? See, what this does is it sits on the back. It looks at the back of your head, but it's a 360 camera. So you can pan back and forth and post and act, and just as if you were on the back of the bike. So this is, again, another third-person perspective, but it kind of, if you have somebody you care about, or you say a girl that you wish is with you or used to ride with and you want to make her feel bad, you can always turn around and go someplace pretty and do the old girlfriend cam. Make sure that she knows you're thinking of her or something like that. But you get it. You have a lot of options. As you can see, I have round balls in the mirrors. Now, everybody's going to go, well, that's crazy. And yes, it is. But it's not the craziest when you think about how I use them. All right. I'm not sure what I'm getting video-wise. Hopefully that's not unreasonably nauseating. Okay, now, I would never ride down the road like this. But some of my long exposure, like star trails and motion time lapses, sunsets, just my long exposure pictures, this is better than carrying a tripod because you can really move it around. And if I am away, alone, someplace cool, and I want to get a selfie, I can just pull the tripod out and get it right out there like that, and it'll take a decent picture. I wouldn't ride like that. I have, but I just say not, in a controlled environment. I wouldn't ride like that, but it can definitely get you a decent selfie. Just saying. And if I clipped it to the other mirror, it would go even further. Or better yet, if I clipped it to let's see if I can get that there. I really should have put the chest harness on, but tighten it to here. Look how strong that is. I wouldn't want to ride like that, but this would take a nice selfie. Lots of those pictures I have posted on Facebook and YouTube and all these other stuff, they're pictures pretty much just like that. The pole extended out, and it comes out looking like this with whatever's great in the background, and I can be in the picture. All right. If you look at my phone mount, you'll notice that I put my wireless heated gear controller to the bottom of it. This is nice and easy to reach with either hand, so when you're in the freezing cold or the rain, you don't have to be digging through your pockets for it. It's always there. It's secure. If you go in someplace, when you take the phone mount off, like say I stay in a lot of hotels, I pop that off, everything goes inside one screw, one knob, turn it, and it's gone. It's the little things that make it kind of cool. Like I was saying before, it's those little things these little touches. You don't need to have 18 million things in your face. To me, less is more. You're on the road. You need to focus on what you're doing. And having little tricks like this keep it clean and less distracting. Let the cameras roll. Put them in loop mode and just push the button if something good happens. Now we're going to talk about secrets. Not huge secrets, but secrets nevertheless. Something I haven't really talked about before because I don't know, it's not that interesting, but since I'm doing the bike and I'm going over parts of the bike, I just want you to notice that under the front bumper, fender, mudguard, depends what country you're from, is a camera. This camera always records while the bike is running. It's your standard dash camera. I'll have a link in the description. It records anytime the bike is running. It records to a module that's underneath the seat that has a screen. A lot of people put them on the handlebars. I'm more of a low profile guy. I don't want people taking my stuff, and when they see it on the bike, they could do that. And if you look at the back, I know, it's not super hidden. I want good footage, has to be good, right? I have the second camera, so it always records what's going on ahead of you and what's going on behind you. I did this because I travel alone. I will have no witnesses on my side if something goes wrong. Not even, except maybe the girlfriend camera if it's running. But knowing that these cameras capture everything, and I mean everything, it's a good idea. It defends me. You know what I mean? It defends. God forbid I get killed on my bike and it's not my fault. At least there'll be evidence to support my case. So my wife, my kids are taken care of. I said kids, I mean the dog and my son. I only have one. But yeah, the dash cam is something I felt was necessary because, you know, all the crazy stuff that goes on. And I mean, I'm becoming kind of a videographer more than a photographer. So I don't know, it just seemed like having a camera that's always running means, yes, even though the resolution won't be the best, it will capture stuff that I might not normally get. So I'm sure right now as I'm speaking, a clip is inserted. But you get what I'm saying. So what else can I show you on my bike? Yeah, I really like the dash cam. And here is, if I can get this, I can't see under here. If I can zoom in, and you'll see that there's a button, insert photo here, and that button, if I quick push takes a picture, long push saves the clip so it won't be overwritten. It's also a microphone, so if you're getting pulled over and the cop's standing right here and he's talking to you, everything's being recorded. You get to hear, you get proof if he's being a dick to you. So, you know, I mean, you can always just say, oh, well, you know, my bike's recording you. I'm not sure what the rules are like that. I'm kind of like cool with the cops, so I'm not worried about that, but